Hello, welcome back to this very special Monday evening edition of The Film. Apologies for a slight delay on technical difficulties, but we got figured out, hopefully. Let us know in the chat if you can hear things. With that being said, we have a new member joining us today. Everybody say hello to Evan.
Hello to Evan.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, Evan.
I'm Evan.
Yeah. Thank you for making it here, and thanks for joining in on this wacky adventure.
Oh, absolutely.
So we're excited to have you. We're excited to dive into tonight's session. When we left off on the last one, you had made your way westward across Lift's Bridge in Jotunheim and bedded down in the mouth of a very icy cavern cave. Knowing that through this cavern, you will be able to ascend up into the tower, the pinnacle of Aegilos, and talk to Berric, who none of you have actually met yet, and you don't really know much about her. But you know that she's up there. The late afternoon light is reflecting off of the snow outside as it filters into the mouth of this cavern. And you can see it kind of like travels through the ice, illuminating maybe a 80-ish feet in. It almost like creates a canopy of soft bluish light inside. The walls are solid ice, and the faces of it are almost mirror-like, creating different reflections and refractions of the light and images, making it hard to tell how tall the ceiling really is. It could be 20, it could be 100. It's difficult to see. But the light is soft, and you've all begun to settle in for a bit of a respite. Where are you all? Where are you in the cabin? What are you all doing?
Did we just enter?
You just entered.
So we're at like the mouth of it.
You're setting up your little camp spots, finding a nook to bed down. You're making food.
So I'm gonna start a fire.
Okay. You set up a little fire.
Rip's like bundled up in a corner, pouting.
The wind doesn't cut through quite harshly in the deeper in you go, and gives you a nice sense of calm warmness. And you can hear the wind kind of like cutting across the mouth of the cavern, just this like outside. You can see a little bit of snow falling down.
Unacceptable. So you've been in here before?
Have I been before, or did I just know about it?
You know about it.
I've never
It's not often that anybody really goes in here unless you need to go to the pinnacle for any particular reason. But it's known well enough between you and some of your groups that if you need to get in, this is the quick way.
This is the best way to get in, but I've never been here, no.
You've never been here.
No. I know up the cave, and I know this is the way to get to the pinnacle.
Ooh. It's reassuring. So we're following a guy who's never even been to the place that we're going? Sounds like rain. It's also really cold.
It's warmer in here than it is out there.
Okay.
There's the door.
So as you set up to rest for this early evening, who's taking watch?
Not me, I need my 14 hours.
I'm sleeping.
Sleep and Iron, just sentry mode, scanning.
As I was doing while everybody else was
Yeah.
setting up camp anyway. So it would just be a continuance.
CCTV settings.
Would make a perception check for me, please.
Six.
6. With the wind coming across outside, Rip's bemoaning of the temperature, and a general sense of unease. A very faint feeling of familiarity comes across your mind. Like you may have been here before, in like a deja vu sense. It's not quite tangible. As you're lost in thought, you are immediately distracted by heavy, fast-moving footsteps coming from deep within the cavern towards your group. As you turn, you look and you see this large, furry, shaggy behemoth of a Minotaur wearing green-clad vestment armors, booking full tilt sprint. Berric, would you like to introduce yourself to the group?
Now, what is everybody doing in the mouth of this cave here?
How far away is it?
At the moment, maybe about 50 to 60 feet or so. He's just coming into view from, if you were to look all the way to the back of the cavern, you see that the ground starts to kind of dip a little bit more as if it were to go more subterranean. You see him coming like up the stairs.
I pull my arrow.
Okay.
Now, as I come up this, do I see everybody in the cave? You said it's relatively well lit, or is it just the light of the fire?
It's fairly well lit up into this portion of the cave. The ice almost acts as a conduit for the light from outside.
Okay.
It is getting later in like the late evening, afternoon, but it's still lit pretty well.
Okay.
It's not pulled all the way back.
Right.
I pull
It's
it
just-
out and I kind of,
Just prepping
yeah.
and wait.
I'm just gonna.
Why are you yelling?
I'm not yelling. That's just how I talk.
I don't know. It's kind of loud in here.
Do you want me to whisper? Would it make you feel better?
Yes, please.
Alright, I'll see what I can do. I'm not coming here to hurt anybody. I've got weapon and shield up. Weapon, I have a two-handed maul that I wield with one hand, and just a shield. Just
You drop yours, I'll drop mine. Okay.
I'm just gonna look around. Now, what is your character?
Warforged.
Okay.
So you
Forward.
see standing inside the entrance of this cavern, there's almost as tall as you, this like stone humanoid creature with almost looks like dark wood as ligaments, softly glowing eyes. You see a very bundled creature who just seems
hard to make out under the
surly.
huge fur coat.
It's mostly like a mountain of blankets and furs.
Okay.
That's yelling at you to not shout.
Apologies.
There's the one who'd drawn the weapon on you is a halfling.
Right.
Crazy red hair, beads.
Okay.
And a well-armored blue dragonborn.
Okay. Now,
Seems to be kind of alert.
Yeah. I saw the glow from the fire. I just came this way to check out what's happening.
Where did you come from?
The cave.
What's in
Obviously.
What's in there?
I don't know. I just found the cave.
So you just came in the cave,
I mean,
went a little bit that way,
yeah.
and then came a little bit this way.
Well, I mean, I heard people. I saw the fire. I decided to check it out.
What's the little bit that way?
I mean, it's really just a tunnel at this point. I've been in there for about 2 hours.
Is it
Just kinda
warmer down
walking.
there?
I wouldn't call it warmer, but I mean, I'm not particularly cold.
It's a little bit warmer, but yeah, it's hard for you to tell the subtle differences in temperature.
I'll kind of look at everybody as my weapons are down. I'll be like, my name's Berric.
Berric.
Berric. Berric. Berric.
Berric.
Rick.
That's as good as it's gonna get. Berric.
That's fine with me.
Rick.
Barry.
Got it.
Very for sure.
Barry? I like it. I'll stick with Barry.
So, what exactly are all of you looking for?
We're on the way to the pinnacle of
What's that?
supposed to be on the end of this at the end of this cave.
Oh, okay.
Aren't with anybody.
No.
What were you doing all the way out here?
I'm just looking for the challenge.
Oh, I think you found it.
Oh,
You want to join us?
absolutely.
I mean, I suppose it's not safe for the
Do you have any blankets?
Look at me. I'm practically covered in blankets.
Can I have a blanket?
I'm not
He
talking
means
about
the literal sense.
I-
He's like,
I want a blanket.
you have all the blankets.
I will walk over and, as carefully as I can, sit down on the ground
Sure.
next to you.
Okay, he can come.
Kind of just like,
I'm fine with it. I'm on board.
Right on. You kind of, nuzzle over a little bit and
yeah.
and sidle to.
Climbs in under his bolts.
I'll sit there, kind of like brush the hair out of my eyes.
After maybe a minute of kind of settling down to get comfortable, you hear a scurrying sound from the same direction that Berric just came from. As you see along the ceiling of the cavern
Flying feet!
a very large, giant-looking spider is crawling along the ceiling,
Yeah.
followed by two more, one on the wall and one on the ground. As they start making their way out towards you, I need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh,
Bitch. Food.
Yeah, man, okay.
17.
oh no.
Y'all go
Yeah,
first.
That's like Kate's new favorite thing.
25 to 20.
I rolled a 1.
Fantastic.
I'm a
25 to
big
20.
boy and I'm sitting on the ground.
20 to 15.
It's gonna take a little bit to get up. 18.
18.
17.
17. 15, 10.
13.
14.
Looks like you're up first there.
That doesn't help either.
And
Ooh.
coming out on the rear. All right. With that, Picus, you're going to start it off. You got 3 very large spiders coming down the hallway. And you see the pinchers at their mouth just as they're
Babies.
scurrying towards you.
My babies.
Okay.
How close are they?
About 40 feet at the moment. They are moving pretty quick.
Okay. I'm gonna yell.
Yeah.
I'm gonna yell for everybody to back away from the fire. And then I'm gonna take a flask of oil and throw it into the fire.
Okay.
All right.
I'll shuffle away.
Stay clear.
That'll be warm.
The violet hits the fire and it breaks and shatters and it scatters this fire across. Let's see.
This cave is lit.
It triples the size of the fire and it kind of scatters out, going from just a small fire to like a 10-foot line of fire that is now ignited and burning this oil on the bottom of the cavern floor. The spiders don't like that and start to move around, like on the walls. So they're not coming straight down there. They go to avoid the fire by climbing up the sides of the walls and staying on the ceiling. Almost above you. Come close.
Now that we have a reference, do we know the
You can
height
see
of
now
it?
that it's a good like 40 feet at any given point. Like it does
So it's
vary a bit in the height, but
ranged.
anywhere between 30 to 50 feet as you see them like kind of come up and down and move along this cavern ceiling.
Okie dokie. Well,
Well, shit.
The general size of the room that you're in, or the space of this cavern, is about 40 to 50 feet wide, about 40 to 50 feet high, and almost 100 feet before it drops down into the dark, where Berric came from.
The darkness.
And then there is another small passage that heads off to the left, right around the point where it dips as well.
And then I'm gonna dash
Okay.
right outside the
So you're at
lip of the cave.
At the mouth?
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Sweet. Amrix.
Is it even close enough for me to deal with my axe? My battle axe?
If you're just gonna swing at one, there's one that's kind of like on the wall, maybe about 10 feet up off the ground. So you'd probably be able to get a good swing at that one.
Alright, so we're gonna try to hack it here.
It's on the right
Side.
side of the cavern.
Alright, big guy. And what do I use with that?
it'd be
Should be
that plus your strength mod plus proficiency bonus if you're proficient with that weapon.
Initiative, right?
Strength
No.
is 3.
Proficiency bonus.
So it'd be 12.
It should be with your,
Yeah, so 12.
attack bonus. Should be on there.
Ooh,
Yours just looks different than mine, so I can't ever see.
sorry.
things.
Should be a bigger weapon.
So 12, right?
And 12, yeah.
12 to swing.
Yeah.
Thanks, I did the first. Yeah.
So 12.
So you run up and just take a huge cleaving swing as it is scurrying along the side of the wall, and its legs move, and you hit just between two of the legs, and you strike the side of the wall. You see ice scatter off and chip away. It's just not quite.
And then I take 15 damage because I'm immobilized and done for the rest of the fight, guys. Thanks.
And prone. Sliding
Sliding
down the
sliding down the hill.
Wouldn't be a fight if Amrix didn't slide around. He's slippery.
Wouldn't be. Ends up on his back.
Is that all you got for right now, Amrix?
I don't think I can do anything else.
Do you have any bonus actions?
It is
I do
the
not.
spider's
Not yet.
turn.
Until 5 because then I can be
All the spiders
Am I the only caster?
All the spiders. They're all going.
They all swing at the same
Three of them.
time.
Nice.
Am I
So-
the-
I can't do anything else.
Am I the open caster?
Oh, we'll start with Amrix. You
Oh,
swung at one,
no,
and he's gonna
no.
swing back at you.
I don't.
Are you a
Imagine.
caster?
you get wet.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna
And I'm multi-classing as a bard.
reach out and attempt to bite you.
Or caster.
Okay.
So it's like equal parts.
That's big.
And that's 18 to hit.
What's that?
18?
18 damage.
18 to hit.
Oh.
Is that your
Armor class.
armor class?
12.
What level is the party?
Hmm?
What level is the party?
Bit you?
Yeah, but
Rude.
But I'm immune to diseases, so that's good.
Okay.
I won't immediately die.
No
Take
rabies for you.
No rabies.
4 points of piercing damage.
Oh, only 4. That's
Yep.
odd.
None of this. While you're
And then I need you to make a constitution save.
There that is.
What's that?
Constitution saving throw. So it'll be up in your saving throws.
So you're just gonna roll a d20 and add your constitution modifier.
Yep.
11.
Nice. So you feel the bite kind of pierce in, but you're like almost you flex real hard because you knew it was coming. And you're just like, ah, damn it. And you're able to pull your arm away from the thing before any poison starts to seep into you, and you resist the poison.
Oh, thank you.
Woo-wee.
Those smithereens for you.
Goose goes poison.
Well, that'd be cool if I could get
Spidey.
spikes
You do,
We could have our own Spider-Man.
dragon horns. But
you do take 5 points of poison damage, but you're not poisoned because you saved against the poison. So it kind of like scatters on the bite wound as you pull away, but it doesn't get into your.
It just burns.
It's like
Yeah,
pouring
burns
rubbing
a lot.
alcohol on an open wound.
Yeah. All right. The other one on the ceiling is going to shoot a web down
Uh-oh.
at Hikus.
Even though I'm behind the wall?
You're behind the wall. That's right. Are you hiding, or are you just at the mouth?
still.
Well, my bonus action was,
Was to dash up.
dash?
So yeah. So you
I mean,
just
if
be
my bonus action was to hide, I didn't know if I could also dash behind there and then hide.
no. So you're
So-
just up there.
So I dashed
Out of the
out
way.
behind the wall, but not with any stealth check.
Yeah.
Just running and
Does,
screaming.
Yeah. I hate spiders!
It is a big one. All right, so no, then it's not going to you. It's going to be right above the Berric. With a 9.
Versus armor class?
Yep.
Oh, that's a miss.
Yeah. You see it coming as you're like standing up with Rip, and you just kind of like almost go to block the shot as you see its back kind of shoot forward, and just this web shoots out and just hits the ground near the fire. You see it catches on the fire and just burns up real quick on the ground.
Ew.
Yeah. The other one on the wall is coming around the side and is going to go for Rip.
Yeah,
That was a 13 to hit.
I'm sorry, what was it?
13
Meats.
just gets you. As it comes to bite you, take 9 points of piercing damage.
Noah!
And I need you to make a Constitution save.
Whoa!
As it gets a good bite on you, even through your mountain blankets.
Mountain blankets.
It's going to be 12 points of poison damage,
Holy cow.
Wow.
and you are
Suck.
currently poisoned.
Son of a bitch!
You feel like you're already tired, and you feel everything just kind of like drain out of you.
Well, I haven't gotten to sleep yet. I've been awake for like 4 hours.
well, that might change things.
And that ends the spider's turns.
I don't like these.
Rip, you're up.
All right, well, I'm pissed.
Yeah, understandable.
So, the spiders, how close together are they?
There's one right next to you, kind of
Okay.
like on the wall, but like
So are they like,
right there.
are they within?
There's one up on the ceiling,
Okay.
about 40 feet up, and then there's another one on the other wall across the cavern from you, about another 40 feet, over by Amrix.
So they're not all like within 10 feet of each other?
No.
No, okay. Okay, I'll go for the one right in front of me then, because fuck that guy. So he needs to make a Constitution save.
Constitution save.
My fault.
14.
Meets.
Just makes the save.
Yeah. Should have been an email.
Is it half damage for a save, or is it just a no effect? What were you trying to do?
Oh, it is half damage. I misread that. Sorry.
Yeah.
My bad. Rounded down or up?
Half round down.
Okay, so then it's 9 points of thunder damage.
Woohoo!
Okay.
No, actually 10.
He said rounded down.
You had 21.
Oh my god, I counted 19.
There we go. 10 points.
10 points of thunder damage.
10 points of thunder damage as you
I can do math.
just boom.
I'm glad you can read numbers.
Nice. As you hear that the impact just like kind of like echo and reverberate inside the chamber, the one on the ceiling falls
Good. Fuck them.
and is now
Into the fire?
Under the burning.
is gonna be close to the fire. It's maybe 10 feet from where the fire is, but
Is
it
anybody
is
have hairspray?
on its back, and it's prone right now, so it's trying to scramble and get itself righted up because it did not save very well.
Fuck that guy.
Anything else, Rip?
No, that's all I got for now.
All right, Iron, you're up. Berric, you're next.
Activating my Jack's Light.
You smack the room. You see the dwarf forge just swell up to about the same size as you now. A little bit bigger.
Oh, 12 foot 10.
12 foot 10. So he is now much larger than you are.
I now become, size class large.
Yeah.
12 foot 10,
See?
1,200 pounds.
He swells himself up into this walking wall of stone. Iron, what do you do?
Well, the one that fell down, I'm going to go ahead and take a stab at him.
Yeah. With advantage because it's prone.
22.
That definitely hits. You just stride up real casual and just drive your rapier down into the abdomen of this giant spider.
Got 7. 7 points.
7 points of piercing damage. Hang on, he's looking rough. The fall did not help. Right on. There you go. Berric.
So the spider that is on the, I was still next to
You were
her. So
still
there's
next
still
to
that
the-
spider still on the wall.
Yeah.
Okay, I am
Right
going
there. You saw it
to
kind of like reach its front out to bite,
Okay,
rip.
I'm going to swing at it with my maul.
Okay.
It's gonna be a 12 to hit.
As you go for your swing, you see one of the legs kind of like swipe out at you and catch your wrist and deflect the strike upwards just a bit to miss him. Need anything else?
How dash is dash just a move action?
Yeah.
Okay. How far away is the one that was not looking good is on the floor?
Maybe 20 feet.
Okay.
You haven't used any of your movement yet.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
There is the one that was still on the wall. You said that one was roughly 40 feet away.
Yeah. The
Okay.
one that's across the cavern.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to dash across to the other one on the other wall, and then
What's your movement?
my movement speed is 30.
So you'd be able to move 30. Dash would be an action
Okay.
that you already used your action for the attack.
Okay. Then just never mind.
So you
I'm
could
just gonna stand here.
You're just gonna stay there?
Stand here and shame
Sure.
that I missed that swing.
Stay here. Damn it!
You wee clatty bastard.
It's very leggy. You're flailing around.
I don't like spiders.
All right, Picus, you are up at the mouth of the cavern, watching some wickedness unfold. A couple of the spiders are taking some damage, and they're spread out.
Okay. So the one that is prone, I get advantage on, right?
For melee, if it's ranged,
okay,
it would be
okay.
disadvantage.
Well, then I'll go for the one that's on the wall.
You got 2 on the wall. You got one on the left, one on the right.
Well, I pictured myself going out and to the left, so I'm gonna go to the one that's
So you're gonna.
on the far side.
Yep, that's the
That
one over
over
next to
here?
Amrix. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm like, I've got like my back, and I keep like looking in to see what's going on. And I'm like, oh, fucking spiders! Oh, fucking spiders! And then I'm gonna pull my bow, spin around, and shoot it at the one on the wall.
You got it.
Wait, do I do my attack bonus?
Yes.
Yeah. With you shot at it with your bow.
Yeah.
So this
So
would be 25.
25.
Absolutely hits. Yeah.
Sheesh kebab.
You see that your arrow flies so clean, so smooth through the chilly air and buries deep into the body of this spider on the wall.
6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. You see, it just
And then I'm gonna hide again back behind.
yeah, roll your stealth check.
Ah, fuck. Oh, I get lucky feet.
Yeah.
Better.
23.
Much better.
Fantastic.
Many much better.
You see an arrow bolt appear, and
Yep.
Did a trade
Awesome.
3D printed some
Fantastic.
I'm gonna try to bury my
yeah,
battle axe in his head.
yeah.
Now that I've been
Split
bit.
that skull.
Split the food.
Alright, we need some new dice.
7.
So it starts to, as you go to make your swing, Pike's arrow digs in, and it goes from the wall and just kind of like scoots down. Now it's on the floor right in front of you, and your swing goes wide again.
Fucking things up for you.
God damn it.
Okay, don't
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm gonna.
They're
Oh, no,
super
I gotta
nimble for
go
being so
over it.
big.
No, I don't want to ruin yours. I'm surprised that it slipped on the ice and just laying there so he can eat me.
Well, now that it's
Don't worry.
at a better
Got another
Better position,
23
he's
point-
gonna-
I got another 23 points of damage to
He's
take.
gonna come at you again. There's an 18 to hit.
Yep, there you go. 12 again. So.
No.
It's 6 points of piercing damage.
Oh yes.
They need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh great. See how this goes. 13.
13. Yeah. So still not poison. You just take 4 points of poison damage. And doesn't. You were ready for it this time. And you're just like, all right, come on. Nah.
Son of a bitch.
The one on the ground next to Iron is going to attempt to right itself a little bit, and it's going to bite at Iron. And he's not going to like that.
Lost his teeth.
23 to hit.
Yes.
You take 7 points of piercing damage. You need to make a Constitution save.
Well, because I had advantage on poison and stuff. That's a nat 20.
Fantastic. Still take 8 points of poison damage.
That taking.
That's already half.
Resistance. I also have resistance.
So 4 points. It goes to like dig its fangs into your torso. Like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
One of them catches like right in between your shoulder and your arm, just into the soft wood, just a bit. And the other one is gonna go after Rip.
No, what? Say this asshole.
It's right there.
Fuck. Hate this guy. We're not friends.
You're not friends.
That's a 9 to hit.
Misses.
Yeah. It's disoriented from you being you striking it with the wicked thunder, and it can't see. It's just kind of like making snaps at you, and you're able to
I'm so dumb.
do a little dodgy nooking out of the way. That's the spider's turn. So Rip, you're up. Iron, you're next.
Right. I'm still salty that he dodged my spell, so I just pull out my rapier and just stab at it.
You got it.
11?
11 does not hit.
Bitch!
It's lunging, and you're trying to like move out of the way as much as possible, and you just keep missing each other. It's almost like you're having a dance party, but it's like the worst dance party ever.
Rip's like, normally I'd be super into this, but I'm really annoyed right now.
You just get too many legs,
Not enough glitter for this.
no rhythm. All right, Iron, you're up. Berric
One that
next.
just took a bite at me.
Oh yeah. Yes. Good God.
Hit it in its stupid face.
7, 2, 5, 19.
19 points. Yeah, that's the one.
It's like a cold, shivering. Do not
So it bites you.
this right now.
Like kind of punch it with your offhand, and you drive your rapier right through its face,
Slap
and you
with
see
your
it
right hand.
start to twitch and bleed out and become limp and lifeless on the floor in front of you.
I don't appreciate you. You're kind of a dick.
One down.
How far is the next closest one?
You got like, you're like right between the two of them.
20 or 20.
Yeah, 20, 25 feet either side.
Alright. I'm going to burn my action surge. And take a. I guess what would be the one closest to Rip?
Okay,
I will just go. We'll go
Yeah.
at that one.
you got it.
Pokemon has a billion eyes.
That is 8.
It's not.
How are these
As-
guys so
as-
agile?
Iron
Spiders.
runs up to join your nightmare dance party.
That's true.
I feel like spiders on ice would not be that. That's my new
Unless
Broadway
they're
show.
Spiders on ice.
Unless they're ice spiders.
Alright, I'm swinging at same spider that's next to Rip and I.
You got it.
That is going to be a 24 to hit.
Yeah.
Finally. So that's with my Warhammer, so that's 2d8 plus 3 bludgeoning damage.
Right on.
8. 13, 14, 15, 16 bludgeoning damage to that spider.
As the two of you are locked in this weird spider mambo, Berric just like stands up, turns a bit, and just like full Gallagher style, just spider guts all over the three of you.
Sorry about that.
Mm.
They're like,
You're in so many
Very
blankets,
gooey.
it doesn't matter.
yeah, just peel off the layer.
It's still yucky.
You know how much time it takes to lush all this fur?
I don't want to know.
I feel like since I was in front of you and I'm so much bigger now, I probably took the majority.
Probably.
Probably.
Still yucky.
Yeah.
Just say.
God, duh.
You got like one little spot on your shoe.
He's just like,
And
It's on my toe!
you are how far away from me?
He's about 40 feet. Yeah, they're
As my bonus action, I'm going to cast Healing Word on him, and you regain 4 hit points. It's not much, but it's honest work.
I'll take it.
Fantastic.
Because that's okay. I'm going to swing at him this time. I'm going to slip, fall.
Alright, but before that, it's Picus at the top of the round.
get it, Picus. Your our only hope.
All right, so the one that was just killed was the one that was on the ground.
No, it was on the wall.
As,
The one
yeah,
that-
as,
the one
as you
with
look in,
the-
the only one left is the one that you had previously shot next to Amrix.
Okay, okay. So same thing.
Yep.
Spin around.
Stop on your right foot, don't forget.
Hey, with advantage because you were hidden.
Damn it.
With advantage because you're hidden.
Shit. 20. Not
That
yet.
hits.
It's not
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
dirty 20.
But it works. Roll that sneak attack.
So I get the regular plus
Yes, you
2
do.
more, right?
Yeah.
Your
Okay.
little tiny die.
But I only get the plus 4 on the first roll, right?
Right. So you'll roll all your dice and you just get
So
to add 4.
6, 10.
10.
Kind of
Nice.
shitty rolls.
You steady yourself a little bit more. let it loose, feeling sneaky, and it buries deep, like into the chest as it's like it rears up a little bit, like it's gonna go for another attack against Amrix, and you bolt it right into the chest, and it settles over a little bit more, and it's looking pissed. It's hurt. It's hurt real bad.
You cut me deep.
And it's angry. Amrix,
I want to try to cut its head off.
go for it. Come on.
18.
18 hits. Woo! Yeah.
We got there.
He's on his feet.
Just need a little nudge.
8 damage.
And that'll do it.
Thank God.
Not even going for necessarily full decapitation, but you just bury your axe right into its face, and you can feel it just kind of like split deep down into its head and falls limp and lifeless.
And then you take your foot and you stick it on his face and you yank out your thing.
I take my dagger out and I'm taking a fang.
Absolutely.
Ooh, nice.
How are you guys looking on health points?
I'm at 8,
The 2 out of.
29.
Oof. What about you?
17 out of 32.
Okay.
But, cool. Yeah, good. We should be
Alright.
I
No
got-
more spiders
There are no more spiders.
that we know of at this current moment in time.
You make a perception check.
I like the
I will help with that. Like,
chunky boy.
Sure. Go ahead. Make advantage if you like.
Okay. That's gonna be. Why am I so bad? 17.
As the fray of the fight subsides, and you kind of like brush some of your stuff off. You take a quick gander around at everybody. And you're listening. You're looking. You don't see or hear any other spiders.
Okay.
The coast is clear.
I am going to bring. That's not what I was wanting to do.
Is the fire still going?
Yeah, is the fire still going?
It's starting to dwindle a little bit more, but the oil kept it going for quite a bit, and the main portion of the fire is small, but it's still lit.
Did the fire melt any of the ice or anything, or is it still pretty?
Any of the like packed snow that's on the ground and around it has been melted a fair bit, and it's almost like sunken down like a foot to where you can see like actual dirt.
Okay.
fire made fire pit.
But the rest of the cavern is pretty large, and it's not close enough or large enough of a fire to really do any kind of structural damage.
Do spiders burn at all? There was no spider? I don't know.
I mean, spiders have hair generally. I would think the hair would at least catch.
It depends on what kind of spiders are these. Are they like just ice spider?
Good nature check.
Yeah, that's just gonna be a 6. What kind of spiders?
The kind
I mean-
that have 8 legs.
They
I
look
mean,
like
they're
spiders.
definitely spiders.
Yeah.
They're fairly large spiders. Amrix, you would recognize these being kind of versed with fighting things similar to this. They don't look like they're as they don't look like the ones that you would see in the forests back in Vanaheim, but they have a slightly harder like shell, like this carapace to them that can help them survive in slightly cooler and colder climates.
So they're not gonna burn.
It would be more like cooking a soft shell crab.
Well, if you're
Soft
hungry,
shell
I ain't
spider.
gonna eat it.
I am going to summon the 2 people that took damage and be like, if you guys want to come over here, I can give you your hit points back.
Yes, please.
And I'm going to cast a 2nd level spell, Prayer of Healing.
Fantastic.
And that is going to be 2d8 plus 3 hit points back to both of y'all.
D8 plus 3.
Let me find my 8-sided die because apparently there it is. That's going to be 6. That's going to be 13, 14, 15, 16 hit points back to both of you.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And now we can get back to our rest.
Thanks, Brick.
Berric.
Brick, that's what I said.
So I said blue trap.
Are we going to rest for the rest of the night? I don't think it would be a bad idea to keep going.
I was gonna say, I can see the dark, right?
Do you have dark vision?
Huh?
Do you have dark vision
I believe I do.
as a feature?
I think so.
I think the Dragonborn does.
Huh?
I believe so.
I think Dragonborn has.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. They have,
Tyler,
I believe they have dark vision.
Yeah, I think so too. So,
he's got something to do.
I think I was gonna go up a little bit and see what I can see.
If you want, I also have, I have light, so
Okay.
if we could find something that I could cast light on. I mean, literally, I'll pull a leg off a spider if I have to.
Turn it into a torch.
Yeah, actually, that kind of sounds fun. So I'm going to pull one of the legs off one of the spiders.
Yes. Strength check.
Well, that's a nat 20. So
Yeah, like now you just walk up and go.
and then I'm going to cast light on it so it starts to glow, and that is a
Yeah.
20-foot radius dim light.
Okay.
Well, 20-foot bright, and then another additional 20 dim.
Yeah. So it gives you a good.
To meet your reward.
Yeah. So you've got your lit
This is my
spider
newest invention. I
leg,
call it
torch.
Frigile.
And
and can continue on.
yeah, even if we're not going to start traveling, at least we can kind of go if somebody wants to come with me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
All right.
Yeah.
You're warm. I'm going with you.
Just climb on. I
For sure.
highly doubt it makes a dent.
Warm
No.
and I
Yeah.
don't have to walk. Yes, please.
Well, also I have I can't use words. Powerful build.
Yeah.
So my carrying capacity is that of a large creature instead
Yeah.
of
Rip is not
I'm small.
big.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
Rip,
we're good
Rip's
then.
small.
Doesn't matter.
5'5".
Like 5'5" and weigh like 98 pounds.
Oh yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good. So yeah, we want to start exploring down the tunnel more.
Sure. So so when you get to the back of the cavern, there's the like icy staircase that kind of goes down into
Okay.
this underground.
You
Yeah.
said there was a passage to the left.
And then
of
there's
that.
So as you're walking back, there's the stairs that go down, but there's also another icy passage that follows off to the left.
Would I know which way to go? Seeing as I do about the cavern?
Roll either a history or survival check, whichever one you like.
Oh, survival. I get a +4.
Oh, there you go.
8. 8, so.
It's hard to discern from when you're inside, but from what you know about the lay of the land, anything that takes you through the mountain, like you're coming up into this cavern in the mountain, and you know that it's gonna be up in that direction.
So we stay on the main path.
Stay on the main path. All right. I will lead if nobody else wants to.
With with your spider torch.
Yeah, spider torch, spider torch, spider torch. And I'm just, as we travel down the tunnel, do we see where the spiders came from as like a general area, or were they just kind of out and about in this cave?
As you make your way down the stairwell or these steps, the ground is no longer covered in packed snow and frost, but is dirt and rock, much like you would expect to be in the cavern of a mountain. And as you travel for about 100 feet or so, you come to a part where the path starts to bend, but directly ahead of you, you do see almost like an outcropping set in there, about 30-ish feet round or so, and there are you can see scattered all along the walls and the ceilings of it are these thick mats of web.
Okay. So let's avoid that.
Yeah.
Just
Or
keep
we
continuing
light
down
it
the
on
path.
fire.
Yeah, I was just saying, light it on fire.
That'd be warm. Be warm.
We all see aliens.
As we're traveling, I would like to see if there's any other like footprints or anything we could follow through here. I have advantage on tracking.
Okay.
Labyrinthine recall.
Yeah.
Okay. That's gonna be a 17, 20, dirty 20.
Nice. It's any tracks that you do see look to be more creature in orientation, not humanoid or any kind of person. It's been largely undisturbed for what you can tell several decades at least, if not more. I'll say with that though, you do notice that there are like drag marks on the dirt leading to that alcove area.
Okay.
Other than that, yeah, it's just small.
So
like
it's kind of safe to say we are probably not the first people to be in this cave. We're just the first ones to live past this certain point, probably.
Or the first people who've been in here in a very long time.
Okay.
Right.
So, what exactly are we going down this tunnel for? Like, something about the spire?
Pinnacle.
That word. What are we doing for that for?
Alright, so
Have you heard of the void?
The what?
The void.
there were these people that were doing some bad stuff, so we tried to like take care of the people who were doing the bad stuff, and apparently when we took care of the people who were doing the bad stuff, some bad stuff still happened, and one of those things that happened was like a total rip in reality as we know it.
Not me, a different rip.
Yeah. And so, we're kind of responsible for that. And,
So I'm just gonna write down total fuckery.
okay, I guess
and we
we're
will
not
move on.
responsible per se, but it's kind of like,
We stopped the guys that were trying
it
to
could have
do
been worse.
Another set of guys that had more brains wanted to keep doing the same thing. So now we're gonna go stop them.
We're basically superheroes.
But also, close
Phillips,
The rip
a
that
rip in reality.
caused to begin with.
Well, no.
You didn't stop to begin with.
No, the bad people did it. We were trying to stop them.
And did you?
Yeah.
Totally.
The ones
Yes,
that we encountered.
we stopped the guys that were
Okay.
trying to.
Okay.
These are different bad guys.
Different bad guys. Okay.
But in stopping those bad guys, the other bad guys were able to
Do other
open
bad
the
stuff.
void.
Okay.
It's a whole evil Rube Goldberg. It's a whole.
All right. That's. I'm sorry I asked. Let's go. I'm down. Let's do it.
Challenge enough?
Oh, it sounds like a good challenge to me.
Okay. It's a longer story, but I don't know.
You know, I was thinking more like heavy rocks to lift or something like that, but this
Too bad you already
sounds
signed up for this.
a lot more interesting. So let's do it.
Nope. You're not going back now.
You just want your blanket. All right,
How
Bob just-
dare you
That is true.
say something so accurate?
As we're having this conversation, I'm just moving
Yeah,
down.
heading along
Are
the
we all walking?
passageway. Yeah,
Okay.
so it's a walk and talk.
It's a
I guess it's a walk and talk.
Yeah.
So you see the alcove, and then the path starts to bend to the right, and it continues further straight. And there's also another bit that starts to. It's like a hard left.
It's like straight and then shoot. Or just shoot.
Oh, and then yeah, it almost like it comes back down again.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow, this looks like it's really difficult.
kind of windy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's rough.
I
But I bet
mean,
it's
yeah.
a lot of work to get down there.
Let's just keep. I'm gonna just keep walking until somebody tells me to stop.
Do we see anything else on our walk and talk?
Here we go. So here's where you were. You made your way up. Here's the alcove area. So now you're coming up this way, and it continues down there. And there's also a path that goes down this way.
Okay. Well, I don't recommend splitting the party,
No, don't
But-
ever split the party.
but it's also fun things happen sometimes when you split the party. I'm just saying.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Let's try to find a way to share the map. We have a map.
Zelda.
Well, this is like that other one goes anywhere, so
It's
let's stay
dangerous
on
to
the
go
main
home
path.
What direction is north? I always know what direction is north. Does that make any difference to anything?
This is yeah. So north is literally the top. This is a
Okay.
properly oriented map
Okay.
for you.
I'm not showing you the whole thing yet.
Let's go to what looks like the Whomping Willow.
I think we should go left. I think we should go down.
There you go.
Oh, thank you.
It doesn't go anywhere though.
We're up in that top right corner.
There you go.
So
No,
you
we're-
came in here.
Yeah.
You are currently right here.
So if we go down,
Let's go down to that crazy
Go anywhere.
shenanigans. Yeah, it does. It cuts through.
yeah, it cuts through. So it looks like there's almost like
Goes into
an
that
arena.
Those are stairs.
It's like, yeah, stairs like either going up or down, and then stairs going the other way.
Stairs, and then stairs.
Oh, I
down.
can't. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm blind. I can't
No,
see.
you're okay. I
So there are
can
stairs out of
just
that.
make it out. So.
Yeah, you're good, you're good.
Okay.
You kinda
I
got
vote
lumpy.
left, and I'm just gonna go.
All right,
I second that, not that I have a choice.
because you're literally on it. You still on his back?
I'm just gonna
Are
run
you? Here's
up
my
the
question:
wall.
Are you like between armor and fur, or are you just on top of armor,
I mean,
or are you just like on my head?
no, I'm probably bundled up in there somewhere.
Okay, that works.
Yeah.
Whatever. You have no choice. Yeah.
I'm just like just my eyes are peeking out over your shoulder.
As I described my character to somebody before, it was Chewbacca with horns. So
Yep.
There you go. And now you have
Fantastic.
just little eyes looking over your shoulder.
okay.
You mounted
I love it.
blankets on your back.
You just be like, this is my shoulder gremlin.
Change it. Not gremlin.
Hey, this is Rip.
Hey,
What does she do?
who knows?
Whatever she wants.
Right.
He they?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Goes-
start going
it goes from
down that
day to
path.
Yeah.
As
On the moment.
light only lasts for an hour, so as it, whatever the distance goes,
Yeah.
I'll recast as we
Yeah.
need.
You've been walking for maybe 5 to 10 minutes.
Let's keep going.
It's not. Yeah. It's a pretty easy pace.
Yeah.
And the width of the caverns kind of fluctuates. At the widest gets to like 20, but mostly it sits around that 10-foot and sometimes kind of widens out but narrows in a little bit
Okay.
more.
Does anybody not have dark vision?
I don't.
I know.
I don't.
But he has a glowing spider leg, which is just as good.
I'll stick with my dark vision.
Yeah.
So heading down south, you come to some stairs that start to ascend, and you get up to a narrow, craggy hallway that is starts to have a little bit more of that, like, not packed snow, but almost like shaved ice.
Okay.
You know,
Delicious.
maybe. It's got that snow cone texture. As you notice that embedded into these more natural formed walls of ice, you can start seeing like straightly hewn pieces of ice, as
So
if
this
it
was,
were
like,
being like
obviously
carved
carved and not-
and begun to put actual structural effort into making this.
Okay.
And as you round the bend, you can see these smoother ice walls give way to piles of like chunks and chunks of ice, boulder-sized rubble strewn about a broken staircase that goes up into what you can see from the outside, this large dome ice structure in front of you.
Okay.
The smooth carved ice is clear enough that you can actually see through it, almost like thick glass.
Ooh, it's like a
And
farmer's mirror.
it looks out into the cavern proper of all of the actual stone, and you can see it just descend and descend and descend into black nothingness on either side.
shit.
Oh, nice. That looks like a doozy. Is there anything in this domed room? I'm leading the pack, so I'm the first
Yeah.
person coming up the stairs.
Yeah.
Perception 16.
16.
Perfect.
That was impressive.
Enhance.
So inside this dome, you see what appears to have been like a living space. You see these massive stone beds. Some of them are broken into pieces and strewn with these very threadbare frozen blankets. There's a broken stone table and some chairs, an old oil lamp. There's a very large goblet, probably about yay big.
You said, and that's a goblet? A
It's
goblet?
A goblet.
Okay, so.
But it looks like, like an urn.
So the ceilings are really high.
Ceiling's very high.
Do we know who carved this?
Being that you are in Jotunheim, you would know that this is the realm of the giants.
Right.
And this is very,
shit.
very clearly what would have been like a, almost like a relief tent kind of situation, but hewn out for kind of like comfort,
Okay.
Do you
but
think
not
there's,
but not like a homestead kind of thing.
What was the guy?
Are you about to ask about blankets?
No, I was gonna ask if you think there's hot chocolate in that goblet.
The goblet, it's metal.
So a simple
Look,
goblet
some-
versus fancy goblet.
Yeah, it's a simple goblet. They iron, like it's carved, like it has some like carving on it, but it's not.
It's not bejeweled.
Overly.
Yeah, it's not bejeweled. There's no filigree or
Doesn't have to
scroll
be
work or
fancy
anything.
to hold hot chocolate.
It's pretty It's just a very large.
So are these like
drinking whatever it is.
specifically ice giants, or is it just giants? Umbrella term.
It is a mix of giants that live
Okay.
up in Jotunheim,
Mix of giants.
We are in
all
the
over the
hole.
place. Little bits of all of them.
Oh yay!
And with that, you notice that there's also like a tattered bearskin rug, kind of like on the floor in the middle next to the table.
Grab that.
There, it's pretty shredded, but you could maybe
Bear head.
I'm
piece it
gonna-
together.
I'm making the bear head's gonna go on top of my head, and then the rest is just gonna.
I mean, if I'm going to assume that if it is a bearskin rug big enough for a giant, you will probably just fit in the head.
Fine by
So
me.
it'll
Grab
just,
it.
Like
this
a-
will just be ripped.
Yeah.
Under,
Yeah, like
Yeah,
a baby Bjorn of macabre
Oh, there you go.
skeleton.
I'm making myself
So-
a bear onesie.
Yeah, it's enough material that you could, but it's
I'm
definitely
doing
like it's shredded.
I got skills. Who do you think made all the costumes in my costume chest?
True. I'm just letting you know it's not
Bear
a
onesie.
singular piece.
Is
Bear
there
with
anything alive besides us in this room?
No.
Okay.
Didn't
No,
you?
you see an old what would have been like a weapons rack. Nothing's on it currently. It's just empty. You do see near that there is a giant's skeleton,
Oh.
kind of like
Yeah.
half down, half like slumped over, and there is a sword next to it.
A sword?
Not in it.
A sword, you
Just
say?
next to it.
Just next to it.
Giant sword.
Didn't you hang out with giants in your time?
Maybe. I mean,
I don't know.
yes, it was a long time ago, so everything's kind of.
Did they ever talk about their time in the ice caves?
Is this something I might be familiar with from the like adventure stories I read as a kid?
Yeah, the two of you would know, and you would all know this a bit. So I need everybody to roll a history check.
Oh, great.
Everybody?
Yeah, everybody.
That's what I have backstory that I like haven't told you about yet. but,
We'll
like,
get to it.
it's not anything. That's just I came up here to just be like I'm stronger than giants. Like,
Let's see, this is long ago lore.
history?
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
18.
18,
15.
15.
8.
18.
Also 18.
Fabulous.
I'm dumb.
Not that you're dumb. You're just less
Smart.
Well, you don't really pay attention to like the folk stories and stuff. You're just
You're I know they're big and
simple
strong.
dude.
Yeah.
Like
Sup,
you're
bro?
doing your own thing and
Arm wrestle me
paying
right
attention
now.
to your own stuff. So the four of you then, you would know about the Ironwood Wars, the Iron Wars from long ago. This is a war that was fought between the giants and the dwarves, culminating in the Wall of Winds being put up between the kingdoms of Nidlavir and Jotunheim to prevent further passage up and back and forth, or as often as it used to be. So the giants have basically claimed Jotunheim for themselves, saying, "This is our space. This is where we live. Don't bother us. You know, if we want to talk, we can talk and we can figure things out. They're not like hostile anymore because this has been so long." Rip, you definitely knew there's a whole like Beowulf style poem that talks about the dwarves fighting against the giants and the Wall of Winds, and there's a secret tunnel of sorts that's rumored to exist. Exactly. So you know that this is an area that was probably used as a camp shelter or makeshift, medic tent
For the giants.
for the giants. So this particular portion of the caverns, you have a good sense that it dates back all the way to the Iron Wars.
Which you were alive for.
Yes.
But you don't remember.
Alive.
Oh, like 1,700 years old.
Okay.
Possibly more. But over that course of time, I've remembered and forgotten many lifetimes worth of
Yeah.
shenanigans. Since being in town originally and doing and going through some of the remembrance stuff that Rip's sister had gone through, is any of this sparking any other kind of memory for me?
Being in the room, make a wisdom check.
Straight wisdom.
Straight wisdom. You tap into some of your recall exercises. 15. Still, you get that deja vu sense again of
A little stronger.
a little stronger, but it's still like not firm in your mind, but
Just out of grasp.
but you feel a connection to this area.
I'm interested in the goblet.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I don't.
You go and check out the goblet.
And check out the sword.
Yeah. The goblet is like almost 30 inches in height. It's made out of well smelted iron, and it is heavy.
Is there anything in it?
Not that you can tell. It's just
Right. Okay.
empty.
There's no
Yeah.
hot chocolate in it.
No hot chocolate. Although if you were to fill it with hot chocolate, it would hold a lot of hot chocolate. I'm talking like
Gallons.
yeah,
Gallons of hot.
like
Sounds like my
just
kind of
just
taste.
the cup portion of it that you could fill easily 5 gallons.
Perfect.
Easily.
Exactly the right amount of hot chocolate.
Does it? I'm gonna make an insight check to see if it was like placed on the table with any purpose,
Sure.
or if it's just there. It just wound up there. That's gonna be a 21.
Looks like it's just there.
Okay.
It was just one of probably a few. It just got left there.
It's just a cup.
Okay.
Just a cup.
I would like to pick up.
Make a strength check.
Make a strength check. Okie dokie. I am going. I didn't roll really well. And why not? Because of my domain, I can do add +10 to a strength roll.
Sure.
And that's going to be a 17.
17. You go to like grab it and you're just like, no big deal, and you kind of like slide it a bit and go, oh, okay. And you shoulder it, opposite shoulder of Rip.
Yes.
Yeah. And you kind of like, I don't know, move away from it. You can feel the weight like pressing down into your, like compresses your spine a little bit, but
Yeah.
you're able to shoulder it and
Hey man, you sure that's a good idea?
Yeah, I'm going to set it down.
yeah, it just down onto the floor.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nobody wants to get a hernia.
Iron, you go and you check out this giant's sword here. It's big. This is like Final Fantasy style. If you were to wield it, it's
Ridiculous.
She's thick.
yeah. It's oversized. It's about as tall as you
Right.
normally.
Kind of examining it, just kind of see if there's
Yeah.
anything any runes carved into it, anything readable?
Make an investigation check.
Ten. Oh no, I'm sorry, 12.
The make of it's nice. It is very old and has seen better days. It does seem to be kind of brittle as you inspect it, kind of check for any kind of carvings. It doesn't look like there's anything on the blade or the hilt or anything that gives it a distinguishing feature. Looks like it is a very large sword.
Excuse me.
What are the rest of you doing? Amrix, Picus?
Staying warm.
I mean, yeah, Rip, you're
Staying
just...
warm. I'm just along for the ride.
It's quite cozy. I mean, it's soft, and there's a lot of just heat emanating.
I'm just,
From
waiting
me.
for some real downtime so I can just take a nap real quick.
Is there anything that, anything else to look at?
As you walk around, you do notice that there's kind of like a journal of sorts next to one of the beds.
Which one?
I can't read it though.
But I could.
I know, but
Uh,
I mean, when you open it up, yes, it is written in giant.
yes.
Yeah.
Read it. Hey, look, this journal. Ivan, can you read this?
Let me see it.
Yeah.
You're just like, no.
As you, hey,
Look what I got!
Hey, listen.
Let me thumb through it for you.
so as you flip through, it starts off very, very much like a day in the life kind of journal. And about halfway through, you get to the point where whoever the author is was currently in this chamber, in the caverns. And you learn about the husband of her, some of their friends that lived with them and hunkered down here in this space, and about how over time, as they explored around these other caverns, that there was a particular platform with a waterfall where you could see glimpses of memories from other people who have stood in front of it before. It wasn't always consistent. It was fleeting. And then there was a lot of very angry scrawling about how some of the other members of the couples that were there, it uncovered the fact that there were multiple affairs going on between the different groups and the different members of these couples, and caused quite a bit of drama.
Real Housewives.
It was, yeah, very much like
Real
it's
Housewives
just a reality TV script at that point.
Read like that pilot.
I would watch this shit out of
Oh,
that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So the dead giant that's in here, we're assuming is the writer of this journal. Or
Are we?
Or not. Let's just say the writer of the journal is a woman, right? That's what
Seems
you're
to
saying?
be.
Okay. Or is at least has a husband. I guess we don't know anything other than that.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
It's an old book. There's definitely a lot of drama, and it does kind of eventually just stop after the drama.
Oh, did she get
The Waterfall of Memories, as I shall refer to it, did it
Yes.
give any, like, a suggestion of where that is? Because
It does. There's like a small like rough sketch of the passages because they kind of like took the time to make themselves a little map.
Okay.
Which you have a map. Now you have a map of the cavern.
I think we need to get there.
And you'll notice that the Waterfall of Memories is if you went back out the way you came and then went up and around, it's like this little dark alcove.
Okay.
That dark spot.
Oh, this one over here.
Yeah.
I think I have no idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
I could be nosy.
Yeah.
Let's go get into some people's business.
Well, especially having somebody who has forgotten a lot of
I
things.
think it goes this one.
It would
I'm just
be
gonna be
nice.
like your
So
conscience
minor
whispering in your ear the whole time.
Let's go. Something there.
I wanna see some
something there.
memories.
Take the time.
That's a bed and a table.
So I think there's some lines that are within
Are you saying it's on the map that they draw? It's in the top left corner?
Nope.
Or
This
it's the one that's
That
right
one.
above
It's
us?
this
Okay.
one.
There you go.
Okay.
Looks like a top-down view of a mushroom.
Okay. Looked to me like just a giant hole.
Where?
Oh,
Yeah.
but ultimately, I think that's our way out.
Probably,
I
yeah.
would get to it. That's true.
That would probably be the spot. Probably.
That looks
Pinnacle.
scary.
Pinnacle.
Looks like it's surrounded by nothingness.
Yes. Which I think is our.
As you
Guys, let's go. I
Okay.
wanna see some
as you study the
secrets.
map and
Let's go see some drama.
plan out your gossipy sneak peeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I can use this to work on my next play.
Ooh, yeah.
Spiders
You
always
play right.
I'm a bard.
Oh,
I write all kinds of stupid shit.
Yeah.
This would be like just any other day in the house.
So you head back down the staircase and make the bend around with map in tow to where this dark obsidian platform kind of like peeks out through the ice, and you could see the like part of it. There's these like icy spectral waterfall kind of flows down, and there's this very low kind of pulling thrum of like a sub bass, just
Didgeridoo.
it's very didgeridoo-ish. And then around the sides of it, you can see out there's no wall around on either side, and you can see down into this gaping chasm below you. It's almost like a weird little gazebo porch that juts out over this with a little bit of like a water feature thing coming down, and then it's just like, and you can see the outer edge of the ice dome behind that.
It's like the courtyard of the Embassy Suites.
Gazebo over nothingness.
Yeah.
We're going in the notes.
Oh yeah, that's every smell.
Can I use my my divine sense?
Absolutely.
I think 'cause I have a bad feeling about this. I don't know why.
Yeah, me too.
So how do I do that?
You use your divine sense.
Uh-huh.
It just happens.
It just happens.
There's
Okay.
no rule needed. It's just a thing that you can do. It's pretty sweet.
So I can
So-
detect, I can detect good and evil until the end of my next turn.
Yes.
I can sense anything affected by a hollow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet. That is not behind total cover.
Okay. So you're kind of standing in the by the entryway to this little alcove, and you give everybody a moment and just like, all right, hold up, got a bad feeling about this, and you push that sense out as far as you can. You don't sense good or evil or anything outside your party of the people that you're with. There's no undead, no fiends, no aberrations, celestials. Seem to be just you
Let's just go in.
and your compatriots.
I think if anybody should be going in, it should be.
Us. Let's go.
I think it should be Iron. Because he's the one
It's
with
it's
the
a
captain.
small-ish space, so you,
Yeah. I don't think all of us can fit on the gazebo of nothingness.
You see the memory of other people who have stood before.
well,
you.
and the
Oh, true.
and the
But who knows
waterfall
what it's done before?
portion of it is
Oh.
pretty small. It's
Yeah, so-
it's about
We'll let him go first.
Yeah.
4 or
And
5
then
feet
we'll
wide.
go
You know, it's
and be nosy about his life.
Yeah.
definitely seems like a one at a time kind of deal.
Yeah. So you go first.
I'll take a step.
Iron.
I'll fit into the gazebo.
Okay.
You watch someone murder his whole family.
At this point for you, I'm just like a bipedal wampa. Like.
So what you all see is Iron just walk up, and as he stands there, just kind of cocks the head, looks back, gives a shrug, and then all of a sudden you just feel a pull from deep within your mind, and you are transported back deep into your subconscious, and you have flashes of war and battle, and you see running alongside you a warforged individual. You recognize him. His name is Steel. You're fighting together. You're brothers in arms, best friends. You look ahead to you and you see a wave of giants coming towards you, and you can see your arms reaching out and slashing through, and then everything goes black, and you wake up on the floor, propped up against the base of an ironwood tree in a snowy forest. And then you're back in the room again. And you see the waterfall in front of you.
You okay?
We don't know. Did you
Well, that was a blast from the past.
The rest of you have,
going?
as far as you can tell, Iron was standing there for maybe 5 seconds.
Jesus.
But
Kind of
what's
like turned and shrugged, turned back, and then he's like, whoa.
what happened?
Flashback.
Good stuff.
That depends on perspective.
Wait, a flashback like you had a flashback
Yes.
of you?
Yes.
So that means he stood there before.
Quite possibly, if I'm understanding this correctly.
Holy shit, man!
Either that, or it was the friend that was with me.
What friend was with you?
The one in the flashback.
You have
just had.
friends?
Oh boy.
I mean, yes.
Did,
There were more of us. There were a lot of us.
You had a friend in the flashback.
Yes. Alchemically, he was probably a little more advanced than I was. His name was Steel.
Okay, you know him.
Yes. He was one of my best friends.
What
We
happened
were
to
running
him?
through a battle of giants.
Were you fighting giants?
Yes.
Holy shit.
I mean, we were built by dwarves in part of this war to combat the giants.
No way.
Yeah. But that
So
was
you were
such a
fighting
long-
giants and potentially have stood in front of this in a giant's lair.
Yes.
Who won
And
that
then-
war?
It was kind of a draw. It was kind of everybody was just like. you
Everybody was
go
like,
your
we're
way.
sick of you guys.
Yeah, tired
Go
of fighting.
your way. And that's how Jotunheim ended up being like, now this is our.
You don't remember being in here at all?
No, the flashback I saw was just us fighting, and then it was like a flash, and then I woke up at the base, being leaned up at the base of an ironwood tree, and then I came back here. So it was a quick flash.
So,
Who's next?
did you get any information that is going to help us? Fuck it.
Not a fucking bit.
All right, and then
See what you see, bud. That's
I'm gonna like just kind of like fist bump out, tag out, and then technically this is gonna be a twofer because I doubt she's climbing out of my armor.
Hell no.
So this might be like a fly situation. We'll find out.
Amazing. I am so excited.
The mini Minotaur.
Oh my god, I can be your,
Tabasco, yeah.
your vestigial twin.
Oh no!
I regret this. I regret this train of thought.
Oh, it's gonna be so good.
So yeah, I'm just gonna
All right.
walk in.
that was
All
a
right.
tear into the void that you did.
Oh. Yeah, that's give me more ideas. It's great.
I regret this.
You're in it now, bud.
All right, we're gonna go.
All the choices. I regret his choices.
Why don't you both just roll a straight d20?
4.
8.
Fantastic. Is it? Rip's gonna go first.
4 and an 8 for fantastic.
You come out with 8 extra heads.
Mini. Talk.
We're just going in order. That's all.
Then you have to talk.
Rip.
Yes, ripped. Exactly.
As Berric, as you're walking in, you're kind of scanning a little bit, whereas Rip is laser focused on this. So the moment you get within, whatever this range is, Rip, you feel a pull from deep inside your mind, and you find yourself sitting in a homestead. It's very, very comfortable. Like the coziest armchair that you've ever sat in your life. And it is warm. The fire's roaring. You look across you and you see this very lovely giant woman. She's knitting in a chair similar to yours. By the fire, she sees you and smiles. And you hear the clatter of dishes being cleaned off from a dinner table. You look behind you and your heart swells with joy and love as your children and their spouses are all there, and you can feel tugs at your feet, and you look down to see 18 of these giant grandchildren gathered around the floor asking you, Grandpa Gene, tell us another story. And as you go to grab a sip of your beverage, you can catch the faintest reflection in the surface. And it's Gene, your buddy. and then the cold bites into you once again, and you feel just a slight shiver. And you nuzzle into the back of Berric's scruff.
That was a nice memory. I'm glad Gene went home to his family.
Berric.
I feel like my memory's not going to be so great.
An entire city burns to the ground.
You stand over the head of the cave.
You're at a party.
How's it going, dude?
You feel all kinds of like nervous but also excited. There's a group of other giants around you, all teenage-ish. You know, large bowls of punch on the table, lots of snacks, and you feel like you feel a presence next to you. And lording up next to your side is this giant boy with a very punchable looking face. Just that like, hey, how's it going? And he's chatting you up, and you feel through your spine and every fiber of your being is this shiver of revulsion. At a moment where you feel like somebody bumps into you, and you are now back in the chamber.
Folded back into your body.
Yep.
Was I a woman?
Sounds like it.
Is this what a what women want scenario?
Maybe. Kind of.
Am I Mel Gibson? All right, I'm just gonna shake my head.
Good God.
Turn around. I'm assuming I don't know that giant.
You have no idea who it is.
The giant with the punchable face. Okay.
Does not seem familiar to you.
That's his official
In
name.
Louise.
Yeah, he is
You guys
officially
are
the giant with
all
the punchable
giants
face.
with faces?
I'm going to just walk out. Just kind of shake my head and look at Iron and just be like,
Weird.
I don't know exactly. Next.
Thank you, next.
Do you want Picus, or do you want me to go?
I'll go. I
Right.
scoot in.
Pike, as you feel less of a pull or a tug, but more of just a pulsing shock in your mind. You feel immediately to the brim with a seething rage. You have a sword in hand, and you are rushing towards this giant man who is cowering in a very large, very icy chamber. And as you're about to impact, you are pulled back into yourself.
Could I tell if it was the chamber we just came from?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it the sword we saw?
Very similar.
Was it the dead body we saw?
Possible.
Was it sitting in the same chair of the?
In that corner, from what you gathered, yes.
Whoa. I'm just gonna walk out with that face,
There's
like.
some drama. Vengeance.
Alright, I guess I'll go. I don't like it, but I'll go.
Amrix. you're immediately greeted with this feeling of total contentment after like a very big meal. Like it was like you got the smorgasbord buffet with all the trimmings, and you think to yourself, it'd be great if there was more of me. I feel like I'm too full for myself, so I should make myself another one. And then I can eat twice as much.
Can relate.
And as you coil yourself into your icy nook, you catch a very clear reflection of yourself. You see this bluish, leathery skin, 6 legs, long tail, and you can feel just a big stretch as you open your jaw and you just flatten yourself down into the snowy portion of the floor. You are a very, very big blue lizard.
That's nice lizard. Fun. So what do you suppose lizards say?
So I walk. Is that it?
That's what you get, and yeah,
Do I
you
recognize-
shock back out and just like, damn it.
Yeah. Do I recognize any of the location or anything?
It seems like it's similar to the interior of this cavern,
Yeah,
or
so-
somewhere in the cavern.
Okay. So I walk out and I say, well, I think we're in for a surprise. Some kind of icy snow lizard is hiding somewhere in here, because that's what I got to see. And he might be able to replicate himself
What?
to where there's 2 of him, and he seems like he's hungry or is ready to eat. At least that's what I saw. So,
Great.
huzzah!
I don't think that's fair that you, the big blue lizard, has to have a vision about the big blue lizard, but...
It's funny how that works, eh?
Oh.
Well, since we were going to take our rest for the evening at the head of the cave, should we go back to the area with the giant skeleton and maybe make camp for the night?
Did it look like it was in the or was it just a general?
It was in the. It looks like the surroundings were basically the cavern. It could have been anywhere in the cavern.
Okay.
It wasn't specific enough.
I'm fine with going back into the...
That's fine
Chambers.
by me. It's a fairly enclosed area. There's only
2
2
entrances.
entryways.
Yeah.
Good choke point.
I don't really want to go back in there.
What's your opinion? Or do you think we should leave this cave as quickly as possible?
I just.
Because I believe that's a something or other pinnacle or.
Does someone want to move the skeleton?
I don't want to get out of the blankies.
I mean, I'm sure the 2 of us combined could move the skeleton.
Easily.
I'll wait out here.
Why?
Well, the skeleton is in the big central chamber.
Isn't that where we're going?
That's where you're headed.
That's where,
Yeah.
yeah, we were talking about camping out.
I mean,
Does not
it's-
want the skeleton in here
I
while
don't want-
It's just like
want
one
it
like
in
way up
there.
in the corner.
I don't want it in there.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean,
don't wanna be.
I'm sure we could move the skeleton.
I'll wait outside.
Easy enough.
Yeah. It's just a bunch of
It's just,
old bones.
It's just a bunch of bones.
Okay.
Can I
Big
keep
old
the
They're big
skull?
bones.
Can I keep the skull for purposes?
For science.
If you
Sure.
put it in a bag.
It's just gonna work like that.
It's where me and
Wrap
Mike is
that
going to be
up.
like, something isn't comfy enough.
Well, I did see
easy
myself
enough
murdering it.
to
You're like, I saw the person that skeleton used to be, and
I don't like it. I don't like it. Put it back over.
it feels weird.
okay.
For
So, yeah,
sure.
do we want to just camp out here, take a long rest,
Let's do that.
have
Be advisable, everybody rest up, eat some food.
Yeah. Get some sleep.
What's wrong?
Everybody needs a full 13
Uh-huh.
hours.
You
2
don't like
boxes per night.
skeletons either?
No.
one person at each entrance, in and out?
I don't do.
I saw his face.
Well, if
Yeah,
I
sorry.
am doing watch, then it looks like you're doing watch.
I'll just be asleep.
That's fine.
I'm gonna put some caltraps on the entrances.
On
each
the
side.
stairwells.
Yeah.
I'm on constant watch.
Yeah.
The entire night.
Yeah, I'm assuming you don't require food or sleep.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah.
I still,
Yeah.
I'm still
Pretty-
in
pretty
like
clutch.
standby mode, but I'm still registering.
Right.
everything. But I will take an actual shift watch where I'm active.
We just set him to CCTV
Okay.
and
Yeah.
he just stands there.
Do we want to try to block any of the entrances too, or are the doorways pretty giant size?
They're giant sized,
Okay,
and they're
then it's
not
pointless.
doorways.
Yeah.
They're
Why
more
put
just
cow
like
traps?
big
Right.
open archways.
I didn't know if we wanted to try to like barricade anything too, but that seems pointless.
Any doors that may have been there seem like they were also made out of ice and could have been a large portion of the rubble that is strewn about.
Rubble.
Alright.
Rubble.
I'll take first watch too.
Sure.
I can watch the other entrance.
Right on.
We're gonna
So-
sleep as
Right on.
usual
Yeah. Cozy up.
Yeah.
because we need it.
You know, there's probably room on
I was gonna
this
say, are you a
massive
halfling?
wall.
Yeah.
You could both probably fit. That's
The bears.
Oh, definitely.
Thanks, Dad.
just call me Appa.
Yep, yep.
If only you could fly.
So someone took the skeleton out, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He got
Okay.
Yeah. They
Didn't wanna see it.
you moved the skeleton. You kept the skull.
I did keep the skull.
Hiding.
Yeah,
It's yeah. It's
Substantial.
It's big.
It's like under
Big
something.
head. Big skull.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what I need it for yet, but who knows?
Yeah. Right on. Go ahead and you can either both roll a perception check or one of you can roll with advantage.
17.
Thank God.
Yeah.
5.
Fantastic. You can hear just the faintest amounts of just like every once in a while, just a through the cavern. But other than that, it's quiet.
Except for the occasional.
And some snores. Rips.
I feel like
Trying to stab myself
a
with my
lot like a
pencil.
cartoon.
Settle in for a cold but well needed, tired.
Did we start a fire in this cavern?
I think we could probably assume so.
The only, yeah,
I assume you do.
yeah.
Again, giants made this place, so the ceilings are quite high.
Pretty drafty.
Yeah. Yeah. You even move like a few of the stones around and create like a little like campfire berm wall to focus the heat in a particular direction. A makeshift oven.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just keeping watch. I'm not doing anything.
Right on. The night goes smoothly.
Whew.
You don't notice anything out of the ordinary, so you're all able to have your full rest, long rest,
I'm just having some nightmares, that's all.
and a couple toss and turns.
Murdering giants with rage.
After waking up, and gathering your stuff, where do you head? What do you want to do?
Can I see that map?
I'm gonna pick up my caltrops.
You go pick them up.
Please don't let me step on those.
I want to get out of here. I don't want to play with the ice lizard.
It looks like the way to get out is to go west, out the west stairs, and then south. And then eventually we'll be able to our way up here. If this is where we're planning on
Yeah.
going.
I'm guessing.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that is the direction you shall head.
All
You
right.
head.
Is it still relatively dark in the cave?
Yes.
How heavy is this giant skull?
Probably about 45 pounds,
Okay.
maybe 50 pounds. And it's
I'll just
a
stick
big
with-
skull.
Do I still have the spider leg?
Sure.
Okay. I'm just gonna use. I was like, I'm gonna take the skull and put it on.
I was gonna say, I know what you were doing.
But a 45 pound torch seems
Yeah.
a little heavy. So I'm just gonna
Just a hair.
Put it on
just
your
put it
way.
on my head. No, I've got
Glowing
horns. I
arrow.
have to like fashion. They have to go out the eye sockets. It's a whole thing.
Like Picus could like squeeze herself inside
But I
the skull.
wouldn't.
Absolutely wouldn't. But for a size comparison, if you need to know.
I hear that train of thought. Fuck that train of thought.
Absolutely not. I
No.
would murder you in your
That thing
sleep.
had a face. I saw it. I
A lot of things
saw it.
have
It was real
faces.
nice.
So yeah, I'm just gonna whip the spider leg back out and just gonna like cast light on it
And
again and carry on to the intended path.
Got it.
It looks like.
Rip made himself some coffee before they left, so he's all bundled up in the blankets drinking his coffee.
Did you make me any coffee?
Of course, everybody gets coffee every morning.
Fill the goblet. I'm gonna try to muscle that. No,
Rip's just-
I'm not gonna do
Rip's
that.
just
That's a lot of coffee.
bundled up on his shoulder, just
So it looks like
Actually, there's also a room over there too.
nice and
So you head.
yeah,
you
that
head-
little chamber down here, or
There's,
this
yeah,
one.
well, there's both of them. There's that little chamber down there, and then there's the room before we get there.
Do we?
Either way, we proceed with caution.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right on.
I'll bring up the rear.
Got it.
Do we want to try to go down to that little room, or do we want to just?
Now that I know there's potentially an ice lizard
Oh,
hanging
yeah.
around. No,
Yeah.
Let's
I want to
scoot.
book it.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Let's
As much
just.
fun as fighting a ice lizard, ice dragon. I'm not happy.
Yeah.
Maybe it's your cup.
Let's just hit the boot scoot and the boogie out of here.
I mean, I could probably talk to it if it was actually a dragon,
Right.
And maybe ride it or something. But if it's a lizard, I don't want to have to. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just get out. Let's just get out of here.
Sorry.
On
No.
destination list.
If it's even in this cavern and not somewhere down the road
Right.
before we get to the pinnacle.
So yeah, we're just gonna once we get to that where it either goes straight or the south,
You're heading out the
southwest, going out
west,
that.
west and then south.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got Berric leading the way.
Picus, are you still bundled up in
Yeah.
the blankets? We're just taxiing this the whole way.
Okay, so it's there's only three actual.
Three moving.
Beasts.
So we'll have me in the
Yeah, you're in the front.
and
I'm
then you bring it in the middle.
I'm bringing up the rear.
Me and Picus are all bundled up and we're just like chatting, all comfy. And
Drinking coffee.
You
this is the
you
way
guys-
to travel.
You guys have just like, do you both use ranged weapons? Because at any point you could just be like
Yeah, I pretty much always use my short bow.
sneak attack damage.
I can,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'd say that in your time within the chamber, you would have found scrap bits of leather and some accoutrement to
We just like made
fashion a little like sling harness kind of deal.
Like I said, it's a baby bjorn.
little backpack.
It is a literal baby Bjorn.
Mike Yoda.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like one of those
So
corky
you
packs.
you
Yeah.
head up down the stairs, westward, ho. And as you get to that first turn, that little T intersection there, Amrix, you feel your stomach and heart just sink
Oh, great.
I knew it.
as coming in from the north is just the stomping and pull and drag of leathery skin along packed snow and ice.
How big do we all hear it?
Yeah.
Good thing you said yeah already.
Yeah.
Is it just ambling along?
It's
or-
ambling along.
But it's coming.
As you're approaching the intersection, it is also approaching the intersection.
We're hiding. Just
Are
Maybe
we
we can
coming
just-
like
let's
head
just
on,
get
or
to
just
that
are we
closed
coming
our,
like
our door.
It's
to a
coming.
verge?
It's
It-
gonna be one of
it's
these
coming.
Let's just
coming in from the north,
dip back into
Okay.
that little hallway there.
Oh, it's behind us?
So we could.
and we will pick up there.
Oh, let's just keep
the
playing.
next-
It's only 9/11.
Noise.
How big was this lizard?
See, I don't know because
It
was. I don't know if I'm in the perspective of a giant or in my perspective as me.
you were
that's a good
you were in the perspective of the
The
Of
person
the
who's
creature
memory
itself.
You were the lizard, man.
Well, and in the reflections, I don't. Again, I just don't know.
Right. You haven't
Just-
like
Don't
Or
have
just
anything
you.
for
nothing
scale.
related
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this thing could like turn the corner and it could just be like Mushu from the
could be
It could be
like-
this big.
The rabbit that comes
I
out
don't
of
do
the
the tongue
cave.
thing. Or it could be
Toothless.
It could be huge.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll find out.
I'm gonna try.
We'll find out next time in 2 weeks on Thursday.
I got a +4.
Thursday.
Okay, so next Thursday.
So with that,
Next.
thank you all for everybody that was watching. Thanks for hanging out and bearing with us on our technical madness. It's a work in progress. We figure it out as we go.